Investigators have been taking a close look at how Child Protective Services workers take children away from their parents. The attorney in the Godboldo case is now saying the signature on this order was rubber stamped, and she's not even sure it was the judge who actually stamped it. Maryanne Godboldo's attorney says when a CPS caseworker came to take her 13-year-old daughter in March, Godboldo demanded to see the court order authorizing the child's removal from the home. Allison Fulmar says her client never got a good look at the order before the situation spiraled out of control, with allegations that Godboldo fired a shot followed by a lengthy police standoff. Now Fulmar is saying the order isn't valid.
The order was never verified. It was never confirmed as to whether or not this is actually an order. The police met the CPS worker on the street. She hands them a piece of paper that is not officially filed with the county. It has a rubber stamp, and it's not completely filled out.
Fulmar says Godboldo came to the attention of CPS because she decided to stop giving her daughter antipsychotic medication that Godboldo believed was harming the girl. Fulmar says there's no indication that the caseworker ever presented a judge with evidence that the child needed to be on the drugs, and she's arguing that if the order to take the child is invalid, the police had no right to enter Godboldo's home.
We know that there's a child in the home who is presumed to be mentally compromised. Why do you kick the door in? Why do you scare the child and the mother? Let's use the least amount of force first.
The Action News investigators obtained this copy of the order that sparked the standoff. Fulmar points out that the caseworker claims on the order that Godboldo had numerous referrals in the last year to CPS for medical neglect. Godboldo's attorneys know of only one. It appears the caseworker checked contradicting boxes on the order, stating both that reasonable efforts to prevent removal of the child from the home were not made and that they were made. So which is it? Fulmar says the date stamp for when the order was supposedly filed is invalid. It should be an official stamp from the Wayne County clerk like this one. And Fulmar points out that this alleged signature from the judge is a rubber stamp signature, which she says is not supposed to be used on these removal orders. That's the same rubber stamp issue that's at stake in the Mike's Hard Lemonade case that the Action News investigators exposed in May. In that case, Christopher Rattay mistakenly gave his son Leo alcoholic lemonade at a Tigers game. The ACLU is suing the state agency which oversees CPS, and the ACLU says CPS workers put Leo into foster care using the, quote, electronic signature of a judge affixed onto an invalid order.
The practice as we understand it, and as we understand happened in this case, is a caseworker rubber stamps a judge's signatures on these orders, and that to us is another indication that it's a system gone awry and there's not enough checks and balances.
The ACLU lawsuit claims that Detroit police have an ongoing practice of helping CPS caseworkers remove children without valid court orders. And this question of what's called judicial review is a big deal. If judges are not actually hearing the evidence to remove a child from the home, legal experts tell us that's unconstitutional. This is one of many issues that will be challenged in this case. Maryanne Godboldo will be back in court on July 25th. So far, CPS not commenting on this.